I have got over 100 videos up on my channel and over 100 subscribers now. That's insane. That's insane to me, especially as we got the we got it's a team effort, guys, and the last 20 subscribers came practically within 2 weeks. What? I wanted to reach 50 subscribers by my birthday, and just over a month after my birthday I've reached 100. Do you guys not see how insane that is? Thank you so much for your comments as well. I keep getting these lovely comments which honestly brighten my day. I've been having a lot of problems with my mental health recently, so genuinely those comments make all the difference in the world to me. Likes and subscribes obviously really help with getting more people seeing my stuff, but comments and sharing and people sending me messages and stuff, it honestly, it means so much to me. You have no idea. Thank you so much. The other thing I've got to say before we properly start this video is I am so sorry this video has taken so long. I didn't fully realise how long this has taken because when I came up with the idea for this video, several other things had happened at the same time to me, so it kind of got meshed in with that. And then I had these other videos, then it was my birthday, and then it was... So, this isn't an excuse, this is me just kind of explaining what happened. All of a sudden I was like, well, I've still got to do that video, and then I lost access to the survey at one point, so I couldn't see anything, and my laptop hated me, and then my mental health and physical health hated me. So, yes, this has been a long time coming, too long time coming, and first off I want to say I'm sorry, but also thank you for being so patient. For those of you that have submitted entries for this video, thank you so much. There was only one point where you went, Catherine, have you forgotten about this video? Are you still going to do this? I'm like, I am still going to do this, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I hope this video lives up to 2 months of hype. It won't, but bless you. We're gonna try! So on this channel I've shared quite a few of my Starkid theories. Obviously quite a few still left to come. But I came up with an idea of how about at one point I'll react to some of yours. So this video is me going to be reacting to some of your theories that you have submitted in. And if you're interested in being part of another video on this, if this video is okay, there will be a Google Forms down in the description, and those of you that submitted for this one, this wasn't on Google Forms, this was on another site, but because I had so much issue with it, I'm switching to Google Forms because Google Forms has never let me down so far. If you have any Starkid theories, please do share them. It doesn't have to be about Hatchetfield, please. All of these happen to be about Hatchetfield. I think it's because obviously it's freshest in our brains, and also there's so much potential for theories in that. But I really want to read a me and my dick theory, guys. How about a bit of Starship? Where's the Holy Musical Batman love? You get the idea. So we had 3 people submit entries into this survey. One of you did 2. Thank you so much. There's also one comment from a recent YouTube video I uploaded that really got my theory juices flowing. That sounded weird halfway through it. I kind of bailed on it. I'm going to share that comment with you as well because I think more people need to be aware of this comment. It's amazing. So, number 1, Overthink Chocolate Starship. Hi! Overthink Chocolate Starship submitted the guy who didn't like musicals theory. I think the meteor is affected by the place it lands because it can't be a coincidence that the meteor with evil blue slime in it that crashed into a theatre where people go to watch musicals later made people musical zombie motherfuckers. And that is brilliant. Musical zombie motherfuckers. There must be a reason that it chose the Starlight Theatre. This, or the demonic interdimensional space entity behind all of this, is very entitled and wants everything to be related to musical theatre. Honestly, can you blame it? No. No, I can't. Yes, I think the meteor is affected by the place it lands. I mean, obviously, from the point of view they're making a musical, they couldn't exactly make it. I mean, it's the easiest way to make a plausible musical. The fact that they're all singing and dancing because they're being possessed. They are made to be singing and dancing. Whereas in typical musicals, you have the whole, right, they were just gonna burst into song now. I think it's definitely affected by the place it lands. This really made me think of in Doctor Who. There's an episode in the 2005 series 1 of the New Who. So Ninth Doctor, those of you that haven't watched this, please, I'm about to spoil it. In the gas mask zombie episodes, essentially the Doctor is trying to fight against a little boy with a gas mask on his face who is constantly asking, "Are you my mummy?" That haunted my nightmares as a child. When I first watched it, it's one of the few episodes that really, really freaked me out. But in that episode, it gets revealed that this whole started because a ship carrying nanogenes crashed into Blitz, London. The nanogenes basically search battlefields. That's what they're programmed for. Search battlefields and heal the wounded, and they can do quick scans and go, okay, this is what this species looks like. But these nanogenes had never met humans before, so they didn't realise what humans actually looked like. The first being they come across is a little boy who's been injured during the Blitz, and he's got a gas mask on his face. So the nanogenes scan and go, okay, we know what a human looks like now, and they go on to the next person, and they're spread by touch as well, and they make everyone have a gas mask fused to their face because they believe that is what humans look like. Hopefully you can see the link I'm making. It's not a huge leap that in the realm of science fiction and things, that a meteor that lands on a theatre where there's going to be musicals performed kind of goes, oh okay, musicals, this is how humans communicate. Okay. I quite like the idea though of a demonic interdimensional space entity just going, I want a musical. Who wants to perform a musical for me? I know, I'm just going to send this down to Earth and they're going to become my new musical cast. I really like this theory. I think this is true. I think definitely the meteor landing on the theatre isn't a coincidence. So next we have Finn, who submitted a Black Friday and Spies Are Forever mashup. So as we know, Black Friday takes place in an alternate reality. Yes. So, if characters that we knew as dead come back, like Bill and Ted, why can't Owen Carver? So, my theory starts directly after Owen's apparent death. The British are very upset with Kurt after Owen's death and demand him thrown in jail. Wanting to save Kurt from a lifetime of imprisonment, Cynthia gives him a new identity as Howard Goodman. Fast forward to 2018, Goodman is the president of the US. Over the years, Owen, still alive, is biding his time, waiting to enact his revenge. He decides to take up the mantle of Uncle Wily and is planning to send Wiggly to Hatchetfield. The events of Black Friday happen and Goodman is sent into the black and white where the two lost souls finally reunite. In the end, Owen sends the nukes to Russia, knowing damn well that Kurt will take the front of the blame. I really like the idea. You went, Black Friday? Good. Spies Are Forever? Good. I've just finished a rewatch of Spies Are Forever. Literally watched it this morning to cheer myself up. So, I am fresh on this. So, I don't think this is a viable theory, to be completely brutally honest. I'm really sorry. I think this is possibly my new favourite headcanon. I personally subscribe to the theory that Uncle Wily is General McNamara's old mentor. Clearly they recognise each other when they're in the black and white and things like that. So maybe General McNamara's mentor is Owen. Maybe. Just doing the performance of his life One thing I definitely can agree with is if Agent Kurt Mega being hunted down by the British and Cynthia gave him a new identity, what he would do with that is become one of the most famous people on the face of the planet. You're meant to be in hiding. Ah, I am the president now. I really love that. I really love that idea. You bet that he, as president, has got a whole task force, like whole army, focused on Chimera. Crazy theory based on your crazy theory. So, Owen's part of Chimera. We know this. And if Owen is Uncle Wiley, I believe that Uncle Wiley is General McNamara's old mentor. Does that mean that Peep is Chimera? Hashtag Peep is Chimera. I've cracked it, guys. Who says Tin Can Brothers and Starkid are two separate entities? I mean, come on, let's just keep mashing them together. I want Wayward Guide and Firebringer. That's the first one that came to my head. Someone come up with a Wayward Guide and Firebringer mashup. Someone come up with a Solve It Squad and Batman. That would work quite well. So I've just got Solve It Squad meeting Batman and Superman and that lot. That would be great. Someone write that. Someone write that. I mean, Wayward Guide's supposed to have werewolves in it, so Wayward Guide and the infamous Hogwarts Jaguar. Yeah, I'm getting sidetracked so much. Sorry, guys. Next up, we have Fire Shitter. Fire Shitter. Fire Shitter. Fire Shitter. Hi, Fire Shitter again. I think the meteor that fell down onto the old Starlight Theatre in Hatchetfield wasn't really of cosmic origin, but a little surprise from future humans, by then living in another galaxy with extreme technology like time travel, mind reading, Alexa, etc. And they wanted to avoid the outbreak of World War III by trying to control humans. But since this infectious goo technique wasn't safe yet, they wanted to experiment it. But it didn't work on the modern human, because they have developed immunity to all diseases due to high-tech medicine. So, they look for an isolated little island that no one knows of, Hatchetfield. And since only the effectiveness of the formula matters, they can order them to do whatever they want the people to do, like sing and dance, for instance. And the leader of the experiment, you guessed it, a descendant of Professor Higgins. He wanted him to spread the infection, so through some, to us still unknown, frequencies, transferred the information into his brain. Because only two people of somewhat the same genetics could communicate this way, Henry interpreted this as a theory that just came to him. After the experiment was done, of course, there couldn't be any survivors who could remember the incident, as it would cause issues in the space-time continuum because the meteor was sent back in time from the far future. So, they send Paul after Emma, and this is where my theory ends. Probably not true at all, but seems fun to me. Seems very fun to me as well. So in depth! So in depth! I love it! It's nice to know it's not just me. It's nice to know it's not just me going this crazy about Starkid. I don't really know where to start. I really like the idea of Higgins communicating with a descendant of his. I love all of this. I love all of this so much. Like you say, the end is probably not true. I love the fact there's sort of half time travel involved. So thank you for that. I mean, my favourite TV show is Doctor Who, and I've been spending pretty much every single theory video saying I need time travel to be a thing, so make of that what you will. But I love how thought out this theory is. Like, I really do love how it's all down to there could be no survivors, hence why Emma had to be stopped. I don't know what more to say about it apart from it's beautiful. I think it's similar to the Black Friday Spice Up Forever thing in the fact that this is a brilliant headcanon. I don't necessarily think it would fit, but to be honest, loads of alternate realities in Hatchetfield. This could very easily be one. Another version of the guy who did my musicals where this all happened. Fire Shitter! Fire Shitter! Fire Shitter! You're amazing. Guess who's back? Back again. Everything Chocolate Starship is back. Tell a friend. Thank you so much, Everything Chocolate Starship, for submitting 2 2 entries. Thank you. Thank you. So this is another Hatchetfield theory. Hello, me again. This is a weird Hatchetfield thought I had a couple of weeks ago. Basically, I think that Paul, Hannah and Linda are the same thing for different entities. Whoever sent the apotheosis, Webby and Wiggly respectively. A vessel, a way to get Hatchetfield. A protagonist, if you will. They are the same, but their reactions to be chosen were different. Hannah probably had no choice. Linda accepted to be Wiggly's prophet. Paul refused to be the hive mind's protagonist and fought with it. So our good boy Paul probably has some speciality to him too, like Linda and Hannah. This is a very messy thing, but I just thought it would be interesting. Also, it's worth mentioning that the apotheosis sender and Wiggly are evil, so by that logic, maybe Webby isn't as good as we think it is. I don't like what you're insinuating about Webby. Obviously, I have planted my flag very, very firmly for Jane as Webby. That's not to say Webby can't be evil. I hope it isn't, because I definitely agree that there needed to be like an anchor. It's probably my way of saying it. There needs to be an anchor in for each of the black and white for them to stay there. I agree with Hannah and Linda. Paul is the one that slightly confused me a bit. I mean, definitely Paul has a leading part to play in the apotheosis. I mean, aside from the fact he was the main character in The Guy Who Did Like Musicals. There's moments throughout The Guy Who Did Like Musicals where Paul seems to be like selected. Like they make a bit more of a fuss about Paul than they do about the others. Like when they do the synchronized talking about him defying them thrice. Yeah, my head's exploded. You proud. I definitely think there's a lot of weight and a lot of truth to what this theory is saying. So, on a previous video of mine, Nightmare Time Titles, Gut Reaction, yes, here we are, commented, actually, the thing about the Watchers reminded me of an old theory I thought of on the spot. About how the audience could be in the black and white, always watching but seldom seen. Those who do see them are either under the influence of Wiggly, are near death, are able to see the black and white, or are in the black and white. Tom screaming at the audience, Wiggly got him. Hannah unfalteringly stares into the audience at the end of Black Friday. Webby lets her see them likely before her death. Uncle Wiley casually hands an apple to an audience member in the black and white and is used to them being there. Most importantly, Emma asking for help. Wiggly, with his unknown limits of power, could have brought all of them back, and the overwhelming energy allowed her to see the audience, or she can see them too. Essentially, I read that and I had to reread it and reread it and reread it and read it because I love that theory. That theory is amazing. Yeah, I tried to get it in the Watcher world. It makes a lot of sense, especially in the same musical. Emma and Paul just walk through the audience just like it's back alleys and shrubs and things like that. And then right at the end, Emma's pleading with them for help to save her life. And so it's a bit like, I don't have much to say about that theory apart from I needed to share this with you guys because I think that's right. I think there's definitely some weight there. There's also things slightly wrong with that as well. I love hearing about what happened to the apple at a couple of performances when Joey handed the apple to someone in the audience. Because that's the first thing I thought of. Having done some uni performances and stuff, like the performances change day to day, and like silly. I did a few pantos, and those can be deadly if you've got a drunk audience. So I was a bit mean. In order on the survey for me to actually say thank you personally, I had to do another question for it. So I asked people their favourite Starkid quote. And people really, really did like that. I think people struggled with thinking of their favourite quote more than the theories. So thank you guys for that, and I'm sorry. I'm gonna share favourite quotes, and then I'll also share mine because I think it was a bit unfair. So you get, this is my penance. So, overthink chocolate starship. If you don't go out there and die for something, I will kill you for nothing. And then one of the favourite song lyrics. But what will I let in if I let it out? Let it out, let it out. The sun's getting very bright now. Finn Winterfell. I hope you don't get a wiggly. I hope you fucking die. Fire shitter. Also, like, this is all private, like you can't see what others put, but Fire shitter also put, if you don't go out there and die for something, I'll kill you for nothing. I mean, Taz is queen, but that is now effectively the survey's favourite quote because 2 people independently said it. That's theirs. So I'm going to share a couple of my favourite quote. Essentially, to make penance, I'm going to choose my favourite quote from each Starkid musical, quick succession. I'm only going to do one. It's either one quote or one lyric, so some of these will be really tough for me. Can anyone tell me what foreshadowing is? Well, that's probably because our hearts are dancing a waltz to a song in 4/4 time, but I know what you mean. I'll ignore that some of you were late, if you'll ignore that I'm the latest. Hey, I'm Junior, maybe you've heard of me. Or my dad, he runs the whole Galactic League. Oh, I've heard of your dad. Oh, I'm his son. Cool! And then it's signed Bruce Wayne. But then that's crossed out and underneath it's written Batman. I'm a snake. Just getting, I'm just full on spelling it out, like going, I'm a big snake. Oh no, I think that kid can hear me. So you say you only believe what you can touch and feel, but magic does nothing if not touch the soul, and there's no greater feeling than that. I loved him like a brother, so I chopped his legs off and chucked him in a volcano. This isn't exactly a quote, but my favourite line from Charles Oregon is just the way that Joey just goes, Tete mete. No! Oh, fuck are you? Alexa, dim the lights. Amazing. Oh. Before I would have had to walk all the way over here to the dimmer. Also, special shout out to, I'm a Presbyterian, I'm not gonna die in dirty ass Methodist church. As someone who goes to a Methodist church, how dare you? How dare you, sir? Yes, I fucking see him! So, thank you very much for watching. I hoped me choosing a favourite quote from each musical is some penance for how late this is. Believe me, it was quite painful. So if you've got any Starkid theories, especially if they're non-Hatchetfield related, because at the moment I just seem to be a Hatchetfield theory channel with Merlin videos and other videos dotted in. So if you've got any ideas of any other, in particular, non-Hatchetfield theories, do fill out the Google form in the description below. Please give a like, subscribe, share with your fellow Starkids, and remember, stay totally awesome. Don't need to look far to find every story you tell.